Hello everyone. Let me first start off by saying that this is my very first ever YouTube video ever. So it is definitely not going to be perfect in any kind of way. I am going to make mistakes, so please bear with me on this. I'm in a lot of groups on Facebook and a lot of crafting groups, and I've been noticing that a lot of people are putting up posts asking why fonts that they download are not showing up in Inkscape. And I was one of those people as well. I would come and download a font and it would show up in my Microsoft programs. It showed up in Cricut, Design Space, but it would not show up in Inkscape, and I couldn't figure out why. Well, some people answered on my post. They gave me some instructions to do, and one person said that I needed to, after downloading the font, to right-click on the font and then click on Install for All Users. And I did that, but Install for All Users wasn't there, so I realized then that they left out a step. And then someone told me that I need to extract the font first and then right click on Install for Users. And I'm going to show you both of those. When people gave me these instructions, you know, I'm a type of person where I like to see visual instructions. And I thank everyone who have ever gave me any advice on what to do with these fonts. Because sometimes it takes me a little while to get things, even with the visual instructions. I mean, I could watch a video 2, 3, 5, 10, 12 times before it finally sinks in and I finally figure out what I'm doing wrong. So, let's get started. The first thing you need to do is make sure you do not have Inkscape open. If you have Inkscape open, any fonts you download while it's open is not going to show up in Inkscape. And I did find a way to fix that problem too. Maybe I'll do a video on that one day. But yeah, if you have Inkscape open and you have a project that you're working on open, you need to go ahead and save that project and close out of Inkscape. Okay. I'm going to download a font from defont.com, and I'm pretty sure that this is going to work from any of those web pages like 1001fonts.com, fontsquirrel.com, fontmeme.com. I'm just thinking off the top of my head. So fontsy.com, there's fontbundles.net. And if I think about it, at the once I post this video, I'll put links to those just in case some of you've never heard of those. You may be a beginner like I was one day, and we all need a little help every now and again. So I'll try to remember to put those links at the bottom. And also, I am using a PC, not a Mac. I do not have a Mac. I don't own a Mac. I don't know the first thing about a Mac. I do know that there's a difference in some of the keystrokes or whatever, the names, the wording, like with Alt, using the Alt key or the Control key. I think Mac have their own names for those keys. But I'm pretty sure that if anybody is watching this video and using a Mac, you should easily be able to figure out what to do. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to see if I can find a font here. Like I already got Loveland. Let's do Launch Attack. I'm going to click on Download. And then I'm going to click down here at the bottom on Open. And it brings up this page here. Now, before I even knew anything about Inkscape, once I got to this page, what I would do I would left double click on the font, and it would open up a page to show me exactly what the font is going to look like, as you can see here. And it also tells me a lot more what it tells me is the person that made this made the all cap letters and the lowercase letters, and I really don't think they did too much with the numbers. They didn't make it look anything like the letters, and they may have done something with the punctuation marks, but I'm not sure. But once this page came up, and this is before I even knew about Inkscape, I would just click on install. Once it installs, it shows up in all of my Microsoft programs, and the font would also show up in Cricut Design Space. But once I started using Inkscape, I noticed that the fonts that I was downloading was not showing there, and so I had to figure out what I was doing wrong, and that's when I started doing like everybody else is doing, posting a question in a group and asking why my font's not showing up in Inkscape. So I started getting responses, and one of the responses that I was getting is once I download a font, to right click on the font and then click on install for all users. But as you see in this menu, that's not there. So that's when I realized that maybe this person maybe left out a step. And then I started getting comments saying that I need to extract the font first. So I'm going to come up here and click on extract all. Double click, left double click. This box is going to come up. I'm not going to make any changes to it. I'm not going to do anything up here. I'm just going to go down here and click on extract. And basically what it's going to do is going to open up a page that looks exactly pretty much like the page that we just left off of. But the difference is now that when I right click on the font, I get a new menu and it shows install for all users. So I'm going to just left click on that. And once the installation little block there disappears, that basically tells me that the font has downloaded. So I'm going to click out of all of this, and then I'm going to go and open Inkscape. Now my Inkscape takes like forever to open, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to click on it here, and I'm going to pause the video, and I'll come back as soon as Inkscape opens. See you in a little bit. Okay, my Inkscape has finally opened. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can see exactly what it is that I'm doing. Scoot over here a little. Zoom one more time. And I'm going to click on the create and edit text here. And I'm just going to type the name of the font that I downloaded, and I think it was Launch Attack. I think that's what it was. Let me make sure, just to be on the safe side. Yes, Launch Attack. Okay, now I can come over here to the font box here. I can click on the the down arrow key here and find the font. And I don't know why this happens, but sometimes I have a ton of fonts on my laptop. But sometimes when I first open up Inkscape and I click on the down arrow key for a font, it doesn't give me all my fonts. But what I usually do is to click the down arrow again to close it, and then click the down arrow again to open up. And you see I have a ton of fonts here. And because this font begins with the letter L, it'll take me a while to go through here and try to find it. So I can come up here and left double click here and just type in the name of the font. And see, I typed in just launch, and it found the rest of the font for me. So I can just click on that. And as you see, there it is. As you can see, these are not connected. Now, the last time I used Inkscape, I was creating, I think it was an onset, and I had to put a lot of spacing in between the letters. And I don't know why, but my Inkscape holds on to whatever settings I used the last time. So if this happens, you can just come up here to this box, the letter spacing box, and hit the down key there to bring your letters closer. To get rid of that spacing in between I'll make it bigger so you can see it. As you see, it's gone now. But yeah, I don't know why my Inkscape does that, but that's what it does. But anyway, this is basically it. The font is now there. It's workable. I can use it. I can do whatever I want with it. So yeah, if this video has helped you out in any kind of way, please click on the like button at the bottom. Please share the video with anyone you may know who's having this exact same problem. And if you are in a bunch of Facebook groups and you see someone post that same question, why are my fonts not showing up in Inkscape, I would gladly appreciate you sharing a link to my video to their post. And I thank you all for coming here and checking out my video. Have a great day.